my personal best friend, Dr. Abhinav. He is a man with several years of hands-on experience. I think he has trained over hundreds of people in bamboo sector, and he has been doing a wonderful job. Let's hear from him. Doctor, please.
Namaskar and good afternoon to all of you. I am Abhinav Kant and working for Bamboo and Cane Development Institute, which is in a very near to this state, Manipur, that is the state Tripura. And the topic of my today's talk is need of skill, speed and scale in bamboo handicrafts. The thing is, we have to give appropriate skill, and accordingly, after giving that skill, how we can make product in a speedy way, and where we can achieve the scales, what we have to do. Yeah. So starting from, I'm just showing you my history or the heritage of this institute. The institute was set up in 1974, and this is the oldest institute set up by Government of India, which is working for skill development in bamboo and cane handicraft. And in this map, you can see it covers north, south, east, west, all the states of the country. And since institute is in northeast, maximum intervention and raw material is also maximum in this area. So maximum intervention is in northeast. Approximately 1600 artisans were trained in last 30 years from Tripura, and after that maximum artisans are from Manipur. That is approximately 240 artisans from Manipur. And this was a training not of like 5 days, 10 days, 15 days. This was an integrated training for 6 months. Artisan or the participants, they come, they travel, they come to that Agartala and they stay with us for 6 months. Unfortunately, nowadays this training is not there. The thing is, nobody want to invest their 6 months for a skill development training program. In this digital era, everything should be very fast. So for this skill module also, people need it very fast, and accordingly we have changed our module and our time duration. In handicrafts, there is the highest award in country, which is President Award, and maximum President awardee artisans are from Tripura. There are about 18 President awardee artisans in Tripura, and out of 18, 14 are the pass out trainees of BCDI. So this is our heritage. We talk about IITs, IIMs, they talk that we have our alumni at CEO in this MNC. So whenever I am going to present my institute, we tell this is our heritage. These are the master trainers or the artisans which have incredible skill, and they are all President awardee Shilp Guru. Now this is a picture why I am standing here. Before 2004, I have never seen bamboo, because I am from a state which is a desert state. So when I was traveling to Dehradun, first I have seen this bamboo and I fall in love with this, and because of that I am still bachelor. So this is a huge tropical bamboo. It is really a very magnificent plant, and the fact is, India is the largest growing area. It's like 15.69 million hectare. No other country have this bamboo growing area, and that is the area wise. But with the production, we are second in place. China is first. And by diversity, we have about 135 to 150 species growing in the country. Now the problem with handicraft sector is, like, we do have the largest bamboo growing area, but the productivity is very less. The reason, all the resources are confined to forest. We have not yet done plantation activity on high density plantation, on desired species plantation. We are still dependent on forest. So that is the area where we have to look towards, and again we have to work on the desired bamboo species. Now, this is the youngest country. India is the youngest country on globe, and every second Indian is below 29 years, and this is very much evident in the hall. I can see very young people in this hall. Even I belong to the old India now, and this is why we call it as New India, or Young India. Now, this young India, there is an aspiration, they need employment, they need livelihood opportunity, where bamboo can play some role. We have abundant resources, we have young population, so we can use this to develop a niche where both can grow. Now, what is the need? To develop bamboo, we cannot address a single issue. We need a holistic approach, starting with the material, raw material, bamboo. What bamboo we have to grow, which area we have to grow, and what product we are going to make. Again, we have to train our manpower, human resource. This, if we are talking about product development activity, this is very much a blue collar job. You need to have a hands-on activity. You have to smell and eat dust, bamboo dust, so that is a process. So that human resource we have to develop. Then what is the technology available? How we can use that technology for our product development activity, and where is the market? What product we have to make? We cannot make anything and we can take it in the market and the product we are not able to sell. So these are the important 4 M's. Now it comes skilling India. It's about the skill, how to give a skill, what type of skill module. So here I am specifically talking only on handicraft skill. Presently we are giving 5 skill modules, which is furniture, basketry, bamboo jewelry, turning products and utility products. Like for bamboo furniture, what type of bamboo? For product development activity, this is very much bamboo specific, or you can say species specific product development activity. We cannot make product from any bamboo. We have certain specific species requirement for a particular product activity. So in furniture, we use nearly solid and high density bamboo, where we are using whole bamboo. We are using the whole bamboo, treated bamboo. What type of joints we have to make, what type of glue we have to use. These are very much important things. And these are the training where we are giving how to straight that bamboo by heat treatment, or either we can band also. How to use jigs for uniform production. What type of glue we have to use, and how to read a drawing, that are very important. How to read the drawing and selection of material. These are very important issues which is being taught during those trainings. So this is a detailed drawing where participant learn to know how to read this drawing and how to select out material from the raw material. These are some of the products of bamboo. This is a jig where we are using a frame, and in that frame the trainees learn how to make uniform pieces. And this is during the training program just to show the uniformity. This is 100% handmade. There is just power tools or hand operated tools. So this is nearly similar. Handmade products are, we can decrease the ununiformity. We can work towards the uniformity of that thing. So these pictures are showing about the uniformity. Sorry. Now, this is the beauty of bamboo. Exceptional bendability with no compromise on strength. This material is made up of 100% bamboo. The colors gives them aesthetics and a new appeal. These are furniture made up of whole bamboo. The table, the bending, everything is made up of bamboo. In furniture, we are also working on stackability. Stackability is a very important issue whenever we are looking towards transportation. So the product, and even if we are storing it in our house, a stackable product is easy to store. So stackability is an important aspect. We can split bamboo and use that bamboo to mold that material. So molding can also be utilized in making furniture. Now this is a stool. The height is about 1 feet or 12 inches. Transportation is an issue. Transporting from northeast to the mainland, again, it takes a lot of cost. And when we transport this stool, it also carries a lot of volume, air. So we have to pay for that air also. So for that, we have to work towards the knockdown version. Any bamboo furniture can be knocked down. What we have to use the right breaking points and the modular nuts and bolts. So this is a detailed exposed drawing where we can decrease the volume, and final packing, instead of 12 inches, it goes down to 3 inches. Now towards the bamboo basketry. Basketry is already a very good traditional skill available in all the 8 states of Northeast. Every state have their own basketry skill and they are using it for traditional purpose. The thing is how we can use this skill for further value addition for commercial aspect. And here we are also introducing some colors. It may be a organic color or it may be a chemical color. So during those trainings, how to make the uniform product as much as possible, how to color those slivers, how to make different types of weaving patterns. So these are the patterns and the colors. Now you have to play with the colors and different weaving patterns, and you have infinite number of combinations where you can work on product development activities. These are some of the contemporary basketry and weaving product can be used for making lamp, laundry basket. These are some of the basketry products where using different weaving skill and further value addition. Now bamboo is a hollow material. We can use the nature's design. It is already a container, hollow container. So how we can use this material for further value addition? So it's a turning product. We can use a turning machine and do that turning product and make different types of holders, flower vase, pan stands. So these are certain turning products which can be worked out with bamboo. Now this is very interesting, like jewelry products. These natural fiber can be used for making jewelry, where we can have a fusion of bamboo, some textile, silk and other available local material. We have classified our jewelry in 4 categories. One is the weaved jewelries, which we called it as jhumka, small jhumkas. Then we have a coiling technique where we make earrings. Then we have jig jewelry where we cut down small motifs from bamboo and making jewelry. And then we are using branches for making earrings. So these are the drawings where we can use bamboo. We can cut bamboo in different dimensions. This is just a assembly thing where we can use this different motifs for further value addition. We can cut obliquely. These are again different products. Now these are the different dimensions and the different options where we can play with color and weaving pattern. These are all with a pendant and 2 earrings, ring form, jhumkas. Again, we can cut down jigs, we can cut down the pieces, we can do hand painting and certain other value additions. These are again different types of earrings. We are using it by making dies and weaving. These are again jewelry. This is handmade painting, and this is the most simplest thing. We can cut down material cross-sectionally and we can give a different shapes and make those pendants. Bangles are other options where we are using weaving pattern for further value addition. We are using thread for value addition. Now, like jewelry are tested, these products are also being tested. This is a photograph from Korea. So these are the products which were tested by that buyer just to find out whether there are some points or there are certain fibers coming out. So these are very much important. When we are using these jewelries, these are, they can hurt. So we have to be very careful what type of material and what finishes we require. These are bamboo utility product and skill training where we are making different utility product, tabletop functional product, which we can use for day-to-day activities. Now, this is a very interesting photograph, Mozo. Mozo, which is a boom for bamboo industry, not in India, it's in China. So, what we can do, we can bring back Mozo, we can plant here. Is it so? So, when we bring Mozo, it comes like this. This is a proud farmer. He's watching his Mozo in a very professional way, and this is how it is coming up here. So we cannot cut, copy, paste that development project model to our place. We do have our own resources. We have our indigenous bamboo. Now what the thing is, we have to find it out. We have to work it out. The first option is just as straight as Mozo, and this is just par with Mozo. The thing is, we need plantation. We need large scale plantation so that we have the ready material. This is the technology, bamboo processing machine. These are the only processing machine which are available in the sector. It's in Taiwan, it's in China, it's in Vietnam. And ultimately what these machines do, they do processing. They never make product. They do processing, they do splitting, they make slats. We can have these 4-side plain slats. So now what we are going to do this material. So this is where the technology can help in developing a supply chain. These machines can process material and supply these processed material to the producer groups, where these producer group will develop different products according to the material supplied. And these producers and these small self-help groups, they are going to use these hand tools or power operated hand tools. Now the assembly part, they do not need big machines, processing unit. So even NEC has funded a very good project setting up of these processing unit in all the states of Northeast. Now these processing units will supply those processed material to the SHGs, and those SHGs will later on do that value addition. Now the intervention what we need is product development and supply chain management. Supply of treated and processed material through these CFCs or processing material is a very important thing. Now again, the competitive price and acceptable finish and timely delivery is very important. Timely delivery, whenever we have an order, export order or even a domestic order, timely delivery is very important, and finish is also very important. Innovation in functional product. We have to work out on products which we can use day-to-day activity, so that it, in a due course of time, it get consumed and there is again a demand in the market. So that is very important. Functional product. Value enhancement by giving some prophylactic treatments, coloring, those things, and product specific scale up training. I feel a lot of designers are also sitting here. The thing is, the drawing, when we make a drawing and when the first prototype is on the floor, that is not the job done. From there, the job starts. Now we have to develop the process, how we can cut down the production cost, how to make that material production friendly and that design production friendly. So we have to focus on Z product, zero effect and zero defect products. So, and bamboo is a very promising raw material for that. Now I am going to show some of the products which we are working for functional product. This is a laptop stand which is made up of bamboo slats. So, you can supply these bamboo slats and the assembly part, they cut down and fix it out. Very simple. This is a foldable, you can carry it in a laptop bag. This is again a tray. These are the drawings what we supply to the producer group, detailed drawings so that they can know how to make that product. So what to do, how to do, and there are jigs also to make uniform production. These are placemats. Then using those slats, how to use that machine process slats to make these frames. This is all, there is no need of big machines. We need a processing unit, and later on that processing unit supply that material to a producer group. In Tripura, there is a very specific use of bamboo. We make loom mat. Rural artisan, they make that loom mat, just putting bamboo stick with thread. So how to use that loom mat in a more functional product, that is again a very important thing. Here we are making bamboo food basket, vanity basket, laundry basket. So different types of basket making loom mat as well as bamboo slats. So this is the process by which the artisan makes these products, and these are all uniform and production friendly. So we have to scale up that activity. We cannot stop by making prototype or just few copies of product. Again, using that slat and using different types of cloths, even papers to make value-added product. These are lighting system, and in handicraft sector, lighting system has always a very great demand. This is a camouflage. This lamp can change color with your interiors. Two side there is handmade textile. So according to your room aesthetics, you can change that textile cloth. So after few days, if you want to change, you can change the color of that textile. Again, we can use very generic technology which are available in the domain, and that is already there. Photochemical machining is one of them, where we can etch metal plate and we can make any intrinsic design pattern and take out those cutouts and overlay on that bamboo. That will again value add that product. This product we call it as Napo Kato Jodo. Measure it, cut it and fix it. As simple as that. We have industrial product bamboo mat board. There are certain industries which are making bamboo mat board, and we are using it for making ceiling, roofing only, that structure things. But we can also use it for functional product, where we are just taking that material like a plywood or any other board and making baskets. So these are again different category. This is a perspective view where we have made a collection, office table collection of different A4 size table, file cover, card holder, pen stand, photo frame, and a complete packaging. So this is a packaging there. Again, we can do that slat for making single layer ply also, and this can also be done in a rural area. And this is again a hand printed. We can have a imagination anywhere, Mahatma Gandhi to Marilyn Monroe. So again, these are next gen products where we are using bamboo as a whole. Aesthetics are there. We can change the color. Now there is an example. This is any product which is available on Amazon is the successful product. So this is a scalable functional product. This is a bamboo mobile amplifier. You can put on Amazon bamboo mobile amplifier and you will get this thing. And you can see the price is 675. So once we got a query, a buyer need 9,000 pieces of this bamboo. It's a hot selling material nowadays. So the problem is we went to different producer group and we asked them that somebody needs 9,000 pieces. So nobody is interested. They are saying 500 no, 100, 200 maximum, and that too 25 days or 1 month. So in bamboo product development activity, we have to focus on the value chain, where we have a processed material, treated material, seasoned material, and which part of bamboo we can use it for certain product development activity. So this is how this material is made. We have a design outreach thing where we go to different places and do these type of things. There is some problem in display. In design outreach, we go to the cluster area, and according to the raw material availability and according to the skill of the artisan, we give our intervention. And there we are doing that activity. This is from Barpeta. There is right now we have a project going on at Andaman. We do some local arrangement also, like if there is no treatment available, so how we can do treatment in the local area availability. For market linkage, we have a sister organization and we have a very close association with Export Promotion Council of Handicraft, EPCH, where they have different buyer-seller meets and international fair and exhibitions. This is a IFJAS, International Fashion Show on Jewelry and Accessories, where bamboo-based jewelry is being promoted. This happens every year in Delhi. We do work on bamboo education, where in collaboration with Tripura University, we are working from last 9 years on 1 year postgraduate diploma course on bamboo cultivation and resource utilization, right from introduction of bamboo, different bamboo varieties, how to use propagation of those bamboos, how to treat those bamboos, how to use these processing machine for processing of bamboo, cross-cut spreading, knot removing, seasoning. Then we have a classroom, we can how we can make bamboo board, bamboo charcoal, edible purpose, already talked on that, pickles, shoot processing. Each training program is very much started with morning yoga classes to make the people fit, model making, entrepreneurship, and skit making. This is all the part of the course. We do have an international training program where we did work for Bhutan, our neighboring country. We did it for Ethiopia. So these participants traveled from Ethiopia, came to Tripura and get that exposure and training. This is from Zimbabwe. We do have an industrial association with IKEA. We do have a bamboo processing board manufacturing unit. So any investor want to supply IKEA, they can bring their bamboo at our facility. We can make that prototype. They need this chopping board and butcher board. So you can test your locally available bamboo for these industrial product. These are the designs for making bamboo shades. Now we are also working on bamboo nursery management and propagation. So thank you.